in, friends and neighbors, or shall I say this afternoon?
Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise on MLB the Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. We've got injury news aplenty as Jonathan VR has broken his arm. He's going to miss pretty much the rest of the regular season. And to top it off, Harold Castro had recently torn a finger ligament, and he's pretty much out for the rest of the season. So we're in a spot now where if we look at our roster, like as far as middle and corner infielders, we've got Castro and Scoop already in the majors. We really don't have any other good major league options here. Neither of these guys are even on the 40-man roster, and they're not major league caliber hitters by any stretch of the imagination. If we go to third, Devers is pretty much going to have to play every day now because without VR, we don't even have a backup plan there. And again, really don't have any good options here because even the next best option, Jake Means, he's injured and he's not even on the 40-man. And then at shortstop, you've got Baez, going to have to pretty much play every day. Harold Castro is injured. Cole Peterson, I think he's not even on the 40-man. So we don't even have a option on the 40-man roster to call up in this scenario. So what we're going to pretty much have to do is go look at free agents and just find somebody who can fill in for this team and play second, short, and or third, and hopefully give us a little bit of offense as well. John Birdie, tons of speed, not a very good defender, and no power. And he really can't hit left-handed pitching at all. So even though he can play the positions that we're looking for, I don't think he is the answer. Ronald Torreyes, not a bad contact hitter against lefties, doesn't run very well. He's got a good glove, not the strongest arm, but he can play the positions that we need, and he can hit left-handed pitching. So I would prefer that he was better against righties, and we'll talk about why in a second. Josh Harrison, I just don't think has the chops anymore. He's up there in age. He's not the greatest defender anymore. He's okay. He's got a good glove. The arm is kind of weak at this point. He doesn't run very well anymore. No power. But he's crafty and he has good vision at the plate. So he's maybe an option that we would consider. And then I think the last option that we want to look at is Elvis Andrews. Now, he's decent as far as his contact. He's better against righties than he is against lefties. Has pretty decent vision. Still a pretty good glove. Doesn't have the greatest of speed, but he is a pretty decent base runner. And he can play the three positions that we need him to play. I think this is the guy. We don't need anybody who's going to come in and be outstanding because we don't expect to get anybody at this point who's going to come in and be outstanding. But we're going to sign him to a one-year deal. He's probably not going to like it. We're going to make it like $2.5 million, and he wants a longer contract. It's just not going to happen, dude. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, you're 34. $3.5 million? Nope. How about $4 million to play a half of a season? He wants more than no. I'm not doing it. So let's see if Josh Harrison is going to be a little bit more reasonable. I'll give you $3 million. Salary is too low. There, done. Now we have at least somebody that we could put on the roster that we can use going forward. Now let's hang on. Is this the transaction we just made? No, Brad Hand. Who cares? All right, so let's look real quick at our lineups. We don't have anybody in the lineup at second base. It's going to be Jonathan Scope. Now, he has been actually swinging the bat a little bit better lately. He's still not performing as well as we would like. Willie Castro, I think actually makes more sense now that I think about it. So why don't we drop him into the lineup here and give him the job. He's a better defender than Scope, I feel like, because of his range. He's got much better speed, and I like that he's a switch hitter. So Willie Castro has just become the starter for this team. So we're going to actually plug him in at every spot that we can. Scope will play second against lefties. We don't have to change anything there. So it's not a huge loss, but Jonathan VR was swinging the bat pretty well for us pretty much all season, and he was just really consistent for us. So it hurts, but we'll survive. So that's the move that we had to make, and the Tigers are still playing really good baseball. We're 69 and 54. We've got one game to quick manage against the Yankees, and then we're going to be going back out to Yankee Stadium to take them on in a game that we will cover. So sit tight, and we'll be heading out to Yankee Stadium here in just a second. And here we are in the hallowed grounds of Yankee Stadium. It's the Yankees at 64 and 58 hosting the 70 and 54 Tigers, who have been playing outstanding baseball since the All-Star break. The huge acquisition of Rafael Devers has really turned around the trajectory of this season, as they were struggling going into the break but have been playing very well since. It's Luis Gil on the hill for the Yankees, looking for his 11th win of the year, making his 25th start. He's got a 1.35 whip and a 3.7 ERA. He just gives up too much hard contact, doesn't strike out a lot of guys, and tends to struggle over the zone. But here he is going to get a swing and strike out there as Akil Baddoo chased a changeup down and away out of the zone. Then it's Andrew Benintendi on a 0-1 changeup, and this one he stays back on, rips it into the right center field bleachers. That ball was a missile to get out of here because he didn't hit it very high, but that's gone. A solo shot. That is his 20th of the season, and the Tigers on the board early in this one. Two batters later, Spencer Torkelson deep to left field. That ball hit well, and that one is going to get into the left field bleachers and make it 2-0 as this Detroit squad jumps out to an early lead now, as it's going to be 2 home runs in the inning, one for Benintendi and the 19th of the year for Spencer Torkelson. We go to the bottom of the inning, and there's the numbers for Matt Manning looking for his 12th win of the year. He is the back end of this rotation, but he was pitching very well early in the season and has really been struggling over the last several months, seeing that ERA balloon up to over 4.5 and the whip up around 1.5. Not what you want to see. First batter of the ball game, a 3-1 fastball is taken back up the middle by Kiner Falefa and into center field for a leadoff single. Next batter, Dale Cash, 1-2 pitch to him, is grounded back to Manning. He fires to second for one, onto first to get the back end of the double play there, and it's a 1-6-3 twin killing. And a good job there by Manning to bounce back after the leadoff single, and then he's going to get Giancarlo Stanton swinging to end the inning, and it's going to be 2-0 Tigers after one. On to the top of the second, Riley Green couldn't catch up to the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He's down on strikes for the first out. Next batter, Jake Rogers, 0-1. That pitch hit well, a slider that was hanging over the outside part of the plate, and that is going to one-hop the wall. And it's going to be extra bases for Rogers. It's a one-out double and a runner into scoring position. Chance for the Tigers to expand that lead. Akil Baddoo gets jammed on a fastball up and in with 2 away. That ball would be caught in center field for the final out of the inning, and the Tigers will strand a runner. On to the bottom of the second, swing and a miss there as Manning in control early now in this one as he settled in after that leadoff single. Got a couple of strikeouts, and now here it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play to end the second. Still 2-0 Tigers. So Manning looking sharp. Luis Gil trying to get settled in. He's going to get Rafael Devers to chase that changeup down out of the zone. He's down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and maybe Gil getting settled in. He's going to get Spencer Torkelson swinging. That ends the inning. He gets a pair of strikeouts as he got him to chase the fastball up out of the zone. Bottom of the third, one away for Trey Sweeney. He chased a ball in the dirt. Rogers kind of a lazy effort there as he got to it quickly, but took his time throwing it down to first, and the runner would reach. So Matt Manning can't be happy with the effort from his backstop there. Now 0-1 pitch to Aaron Hicks is in the dirt. Rogers blocks it, and this time gets rid of it quickly, and he is going to get the runner trying to take second So good job of kind of stepping up after he made a kind of lazy play there. And now with 2 away, that ball lifted into deep left field, but it is going to stay in the yard. Meadows has that one to end the inning, and it's 2-0 Tigers after 3 here in New York. On to the top of the 4th. Austin Meadows on a 0-1 pitch. That one comes in and gets him. So it's a leadoff base runner for the Tigers. Now 2 away in the inning for Jake Rogers, that runner on second. That's just going to be a ground ball to second. Pretty routine. That would end the inning. So the Tigers strand another runner. But they still lead 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Giancarlo Stanton on a 2-1 pitch. Takes it through the shift into right field. And it's a 2-out single for the Yankees slugger. Keeps the inning going and brings up Salvador Perez. First pitch is going to be grounded to second. That's routine for Castro. It's another scoreless inning of work for Manning. And we go to the 5th inning. Now 1 away. It's Akil Baddoo. That pitch is taken back up the middle into center field. That's going to get to the gap, and he's got plenty of speed where this is an easy double, and he will hold up at second. It's actually a 1-out double rather, and a runner into scoring position for Andrew Benintendi. And that ball is hit into the right center field gap. That's going to get down. Baddoo will score. That makes it 3-0. It's an RBI double for Benintendi, his second RBI of the ballgame. 3-0 here. Luis Gil at 79 pitches, and they're going to turn to the bullpen. It's Andrew Haney, the lefty, coming on, making his 30th showing of the season. Got a 4.31 ERA, already worked over 100 innings on the season. Has struggled against right-handers, but he is going to get Torkelson to ground out here to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tigers lead 3-0 thanks to another RBI from Benintendi as he hit the gap to drive in Baddoo. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. It's Miguel Andujar takes this one into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And the Yankees with an opportunity maybe to get on the board here if they can put a ball in the gap. Next batter, Jazz Chisholm. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. That's the 2nd out. Manning at just 60 pitches at that point, so he has been very efficient. Now 2 away for Trey Sweeney. Little swinging bunt. Manning fields, throws to first, and it's 5 scoreless innings for the young right-hander. And the Tigers with a 3-run lead. Let's go to the top of the 6th. Austin Meadows, 3-2 pitch. A fastball that was off the plate away, but a great piece of hitting here. He takes it into left field against the shift. That's a stand-up double and a runner into scoring position. Tigers have an opportunity to expand on the lead. Next batter, Willie Castro. Ball 4, so that'll make it 1st and 2nd, but it does put the double play in order here with nobody out in the inning. Riley Green due up, 2-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Could not stay back on the changeup. That was hittable as it was up, but it was in off the plate. Looked like a fastball, and he got out in front of it. Next batter, Jake Rogers. He chases the changeup down and away out of the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Haney. Now he's 1 out away from getting out of this, and it's Josh Harrison. Lifts one into shallow right field. That's not going to do it. So good job by Haney to bounce back, and they strand a pair of runners here. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 3-0. Dale Cash swinging a drive into right field as that one was kind of jammed him there. It's a 2-out single. He's got tons of speed, so we'll see if they try to put him into motion. 1-1 pitch after he did steal second. This ball is grounded out to shortstop. Harrison sends it over to first. That'll end the inning. It's another scoreless inning for Matt Manning as he has been very sharp in this one. 6 scoreless, and it's 3-zip Tigers. 2-2 pitch to Victor Reyes in the next inning as Joely Rodriguez is on in relief, and that was a chuck and duck situation right there. Reyes squared that one up, and that's into center field for a leadoff single. He's got pretty good speed, but before he has a chance to take off, Andrew Benintendi laces one into left field, and that's going to get down and make it 1st and 2nd, nobody out for the 2nd inning in a row. So the Yankees playing with fire. That one going to get away, and that's going to move the runners up to 2nd and 3rd now. Nobody out, and the heart of the order still due up for the Tigers. So a great opportunity here. It's a 2-0 count to Devers. Now 2-2, and that one is popped up on the infield. That is a big first out as Devers just got under that one. Now 1 away for Spencer Torkelson. He grounds this one to short. It will score the runner from 3rd, so the Tigers add another, make it 4-0, and it's an RBI for Torkelson on the 6-3 putout. Now 2 away for Austin Meadows. Popped up in foul territory, long run, but that one is going to be caught to end the inning. DJ LeMahieu running that one down, and now we go to the stretch, and it's 4-0 Tigers. Matt Manning still in control. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Yankees. Salvador Perez watches a slider just off the plate away for ball 4. Manning at 88 pitches at that point. We'll see what the Tigers want to do. They're going to stay with him, but LeMahieu on a 2-0 pitch takes that one into center field. That's going to get down, and now it's first and second. Still nobody out, and the Yankees threatening here in the 7th inning, and now the Tigers are going to turn to the bullpen. Matt Manning was outstanding in this ball game. He is responsible for the runners that are on base, but he is in position to get a win here as the Tigers lead 4-0, and they turn to the bullpen here in the 7th inning, and it is going to be Tyler Alexander coming on in relief. So they're going with the lefty here. He has not been the greatest this season as far as just being at the top of his game, and he's going to have to be sharp here, and he's going to get a 2-out base hit here as he was that close to getting out of the inning, but that one is going to get into center field, scores a run. Now first and third, 2 outs, and the Yankees will have the tying run coming to the plate. Now the Tigers going to turn to the bullpen again, and this time it's Peter Suzuki, the young right-hander, has been outstanding since being called up around the All-Star break, as he's going to make his 13th appearance of the season, a 1.5 ERA to this point. Aaron Hicks draws the count full and then watches a changeup that looked really good, but that's called ball 4, and that'll load the bases. So now the tying run on, and it's going to be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa coming to the plate. 1-0 pitch. That is a fastball down and away that he hits hard, but right at Castro, and the Tigers escape here as the Yankees will strand 3 runners, but they do get on the board as Trey Sweeney delivered an RBI single to make it 4-1 as we head to the 8th inning. Now it's Michael Givens out there for the Tigers. With 1 away, that pitch gets too much of the plate and is just crushed into the left field bleachers by Giancarlo Stanton, his 28th of the season. Over 108 miles an hour off the bat, a solo shot. Now it's 4-2 Yankees. Matt Strom on with 2 away now, and that's going to be a ground ball to the left side. Harrison backhands it in the hole, but can't make the throw in time. It's a 2-out single, and the Yankees again tying run at the plate. Miguel Andujar down the right field line. That gets by Torkelson, and Reyes cuts it off down the first base line rather. It's going to go down as a double, and now the tying run into scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Huge opportunity for the Yankees. Jazz Chisholm swinging a chopper to the right side. Going to be a tough play for Torkelson. Strom covering, and they just barely got him at first. But Giancarlo Stanton gives him a chance here as he cuts the lead to 2. The solo shot, and then the Tigers barely escape again. We go to the 9th now, and Andrew Chafin coming on in relief looking for his 41st save of the season. The numbers don't really tell you the real story about how he has pitched this year, as he has struggled a little bit, but the ERA is much better than the rest of his stats would indicate, and that's not a good start here as the first batter takes one into center field, and now you've got the tying run coming to the plate with nobody out. Aaron Hicks, 1-1 pitch. Chopped back to the mound. Chafin going to go to second for 1. Harrison fires over to first. It's not in time, so they get the lead runner. But now 1 away for Kiner-Falefa. That ball is hit into right field. That's going to get down, and now the tying run is on as it's going to be first and third, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. And now Dale Cash coming to the plate. That's low for ball 4. Loads the bases, and Giancarlo Stanton, remember, he homered the last time he was up. And now, if he can just get a base hit, there's a good chance that the Yankees could tie this thing here in the bottom of the 9th. So the crowd on their feet. 1-1 pitch to Stanton is hit down the first base line. Torkelson goes home with it for 1. Rogers back to first. It is a 3-2-3 double play to end it, and the Tigers narrowly escape with a victory in this one. Yankees had several chances, but they come up short as the Tigers take it 4-2. They ended up with 9 hits, 3 walks on the day. They struck out 8 times. It was a 3-hit day for Benintendi, including a couple of RBIs. Torkelson 1 for 4, a pair of RBIs himself. They got doubles from Baddoo, Benintendi, Meadows, and Rogers in this one. Homers from Torkelson and Benintendi, who each had a pair of RBIs in this one. Meadows was hit by pitch. We got to see that earlier in the ballgame, and Devers hit into the only double play. Manning gets his 12th win of the year, 6 innings, 6 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and 1 earned run. He was really sharp. And then you got holds for Alexander, Suzuki, Givens, Strom, and then Chafin coming in for the 41st save of the season for him. So this was a true team effort from a pitching staff perspective, as it took 6 pitchers to get the job done, but they did. Despite giving up 12 hits, they only allowed 2 runs, and that is very good job of getting out of trouble for sure. So we take a look at the Yankees' numbers: 12 hits, 3 walks, and they only struck out 4 times. So they were putting the ball in play in this one. They got a pair of hits from Kiner Falefa and Stanton, 2 for Andujar, 2 for Sweeney, and 3 for DJ LeMahieu. But it wasn't enough. The only double of the day was for Andujar. Stanton hit his 28th homer of the year. Sweeney had the other RBI. They hit into 3 double plays, stole a base. Gill gets his 13th loss of the year, going just 4 1/3, 6 hits, no walks, 3 earned, and struck out 4. Haney was pretty sharp for them. Really, the bullpen the rest of the way beyond Rodriguez was really good in this one, as he gave up 2 hits and an earned run. It didn't matter because they lost by 2. Nonetheless, the Tigers take this one 4-2. All right, and now before we actually go back out for the next game of the episode, we have reached September 1st, which means it's time for September call-ups. Now, if you look at the players that the team is basically suggesting that we consider adding to the Major League roster, we've got 3 guys who have never been in the bigs, in Jonah Perez, Alfonso as a catcher, and then Jackson Jobe as a starting pitcher. Now, the 2 that I will consider are Perez and Jobe. I don't think Alfonso makes sense because he's just a catcher that doesn't give us a whole lot of other value, because he can play first, but he doesn't hit very well. He's just a defensive catcher, and I don't have a whole lot of use for that when I already have 2 catchers on the Major League roster. Then Jonah Perez, if we look at his AAA stats, he's hitting .254 with 16 home runs. If he were hitting like .294 with 20 or more home runs, I would maybe consider it, because I feel like it would be an addition that could really help us down the stretch. But I just don't think that one makes sense. And then Jackson Jobe is not pitching very well lately. So, a 1.34 whip at AAA is not super impressive. I think we're better off just letting him finish the season down there. And basically what that means is we don't have a lot of options that we can bring up that I think can really help us. Like if I go to the 40-man roster and go down here until we see somebody that's in AAA, there's Perez, who we talked about, Alfonso we talked about, Joe Jimenez, I'm going to go ahead and actually bring him back up. Part of the reason I'm bringing him up is because he actually, like when I pitch with him, I do pretty well. So even though he was atrocious when we called him up earlier this season, he's just an extra arm that helps us kind of keep our bullpen fresh late in the season here. And then there's Jobe, come down farther, Dingler, again a catcher, and then Fulmer I think is the one that we go ahead and also just bring up. I'm not real crazy about either of these call-ups. Actually, you know what? Let's go with Alex Lang, because he's got long relief type potential. And he's pitching really well at AA. So why not go ahead and bring him up, and that gives us another long relief arm, because Chad Kuhl has been absolutely awful for us so far this season. And now what we need to do is find an arm to bring up to AA, ideally somebody with some length. Rony Garcia, why not? And then at AAA, we will need, actually, let's, I need to move somebody else up from AA to AAA. So let's go with Kevin Mayfield, why not? And now we got to go back down to single A and bring up another arm. I'm not really concerned. Let's go with Adolfo Ortiz, simply because he's 19, and it'll give us a chance to see what he can do for a few weeks at AA. So that's the moves that we've made. We are now 6 games ahead in the AL Central. So the good news is, as we look down the stretch here, it's the White Sox that are 6 games back, and then the Guardians. We play each of them 6 times apiece. Actually, no, we play the Guardians 9 times, and we will play the White Sox 6 times. as long as we go like 500 in those games, it's almost a sure thing that we find our way into the playoffs this year. So, um, the reality is we've played very well since the All-Star break. We're looking to keep it going, and we are ready for the next game here. It's going to be Turnbull versus Bieber, who is pitching pretty well for this Cleveland squad. So we'll see if we can get another victory here. So stay tuned, and we're going out to Cleveland.
The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Cleveland Guardians. John shall be with you alongside Chris Singleton. Here we go, Chris. It's another edition of September baseball between division rivals. So we should be in for a good one.
No doubt about it, Boone. Both of these clubs have the same goal in mind, and it's simply this: reach the postseason. They know each other really well at this point of the year, so there are no big surprises. Just go out and compete.
Just about ready to go. And today's starting pitcher, Shane Bieber.
Oh, look at this. This last time came away with the W, and let's see if he can continue that trend in this one.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That's back, and it's gone. Rafael Devers rounds the bases. Home run number 30 on the year, and just like that, they're out front. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Now one away.
No, there's a small sigh of relief right there.
Line to kick the pitch. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Got him. He's getting over on the strikeout. Lifted in the air, right center field. And it's into the gap. So a runner aboard to start the inning. At the belt and fire. And he walked it.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base.
And here's one down.
Well, Grant speeds can be just
Up the middle. Dive, and he's got it. Rosario walk. On the first save. So they get one, but a really nice try there. 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Here's the ball. Throw to second. Out at second. That ends the inning. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
well, 2-out walks are never good, especially when you're trying to get back into that dugout.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. One left for the Guardians. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. A 1-2. And down on strikes he goes. 2 away now. And the righty deals. Ground ball up the middle. It's through for a hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now in the air, right field. Judge is there and makes the grab. And the inning in. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time, and a drop third strike. First right-hander deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 down.
Well, classic pitch sequence.
2 and 2. Now fly ball to right center. And that gets down into the gap. Makes the turn. He's digging for second. And the double puts the tying run and score. Back to right. Reyes makes the catch. And that'll do it. Guardians lead 1. They trail here 1-0.
And then the game is always special when you see the
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Austin Meadows powers one out of here. It's his 8th home run of the year. And they boost their lead. It's 2-0. In the air, left side. Benintendi on the move. Bounces over the wall and foul ground, and it's an automatic double.
And for him, that's 2 solid weeks with the hit in every game.
It feels like we've seen a lot of off-balance swings.
Yep, just one free pass, and obviously he's not a big strikeout guy, but he did.
And a 2-1 on the way. To the right side. Tosses the first inning over. 1 left for the Guard. Well struck right field. That one back there. Gone! His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 3-0. And next, swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Beats him for the first out. 3-2 now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there are 2 outs.
No, it can be.
On the ground left side. 6. Good. He's out. 3. It's a double play. And now good for the inning.
Midway in inning number, seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
Line drive. And that's a base hit. The leadoff man aboard. Middle base hit. That was smoked through the infield.
Back-to-back base hits. Really nice job staying up the middle of that ball. He tries to reach too much with pushing it through the infield. And you can feel this.
To the mound, pitching change coming. Spencer Turnbull is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Get a new arm from the pen, Matt Strong, and he steps right into a bases-loaded jam. Short, could be 2. There's 1. They get the out, and the run scores into Clint Griffin.
It's always great when you can add
The batter, number 73.
That's hard hit in the line. Drops for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Runner from third comes across, and they trail by 1. And now the tying run. Swing and a miss, and that is that.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out.
Gibbons gets the ball now, and he'll work on holding this lead. Stepping up for the Guardians. Ahmed Rosario. Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. Nice way. Andrew Chapin enters the game, trying to protect his lead.
Number 37, Andrew Chapin.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
We're not ready to go home quite yet.
The batter,
Substitution being made at first. Coming in as a pinch runner. Andres Jimenez.
Try your best to get in the scoring position.
To first, and he breaks for second. To second, and shot. That's an out. Lead. And the home team trying to pull it out. And he hits the ground ball right side. On to first. Ball game. And the Tigers take game one of the series on the road.
Playing meaningful games in September is always exciting. A win today, 4 here, 4-3.
You're Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shaw. Thanks for joining us.
They left 7 men on base. For Cleveland, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours exactly. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?